Hare Krishna, welcome to Thursday Q&A session with HG Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
So you have questions that you like to raise? Yeah? Why don't you? What's the question?
How to handle praise from devotees and how to stay humble, especially for me because I stay at home. I cannot do not as much service to devotees.
So how to become humble? See, when you start chanting, then all these qualities must come. You know, there's a difference between any process and Krishna consciousness. By taking up this Krishna consciousness, as it says in this verse 2012, Antya. Just click on the Antya. No, you cannot do it. Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Chant.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहाधावाग्निर्वापनं श्रियः कैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्याविधुजीवनम् आनन्दाम्भुविवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सन्नामास्थापनं परं विदयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्. Let there be all victory for the chanting the holy name of the Lord Krishna, which can cleanse the mirror of the heart and stop the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. That chanting is the waxing moon that provides one notice of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life and soul of all education. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life. It gives a cooling effect to everyone and enables one to taste full nectar at every step.
So the chanting is so powerful that it cleans the mirror. Just now you saw the word. The mirror of the heart and stop the miseries of the blazing fire into existence. So humility. Can you go to 13:8 Bhagavad Gita? So one of the first qualities that develop is this humility. Is that verse here? Amanitvam. Amanitvam means you become humble without any mana. Mana means false ego. Translation. See that. Go to the word for word. Humility. You see that? So these are the first things that develops when you are getting purified. See, you get humility, you get free from pride, you are free from, you are non-violent, intolerant, simplicity. One by one, all these qualities will come. There's no need to separately endeavor. Oh, I learn I have to be humble. If you try also, it will not work. You understand? It is not some, as Prabhupada said, artificial imposition of the mind. Cannot do that. You understand? Spiritual life, You have to purify your consciousness. That's why we call it Krishna consciousness. So the more you practice and chant, then these things will develop in your heart. That's verse 5, 18, 12. All the good qualities of the demigods, they come into your. I mean, a simple test, you see what you were and what you are now. You look back at yourself, you can see there's a big change in your character. Is it not? Huh? How does this transformation happen? Because you took up the process. Yes, primarily start with chanting Krishna's name. So therefore this program is very powerful. You understand? So any program is tested by how much you are becoming purified. You follow? And if the program is not purifying here, you will not develop this good quality. It's not something you practice, Can you practice? Possible. It's not how you practice. So these things will come to you when you advance spiritually. Understand? Simple test. You can look back at how you were and how you are now. Is it not? How this transformation happen? You practice. Or was it that you practiced then you became purified? How does it work? Because you chanted. Yes. So when you are in chanting, then in the heart, all these things will work automatically. And then you develop higher realization, right? These three things that happen: bhakti, anubhava, and virakti. Just like eating food, you get satisfaction, you get strength, and you get nourishment. Is it not? Yeah? So this is how the program works. That's why our program is different from all the other schools. Because the other schools, for example, worshipping demigods, why we condemn demigod worship? Because you cannot develop any good qualities. Explain. 10, 88, 11, is it? Because I'm difficult to worship, yeah.
Because I am difficult to worship, people generally avoid me and instead worship other deities who are quickly satisfied. When people receive kingly opulences from these deities, they become arrogant, intoxicated with pride, and neglectful of their duties. They get to offend even the demigods who have bestowed veneration upon them.
In other words, they don't get any good qualities. You follow? You see that difference? The demigod worship cannot bring about good qualities. That's why we don't recommend demigod worship. Right? It is said that arthapagyan, a contaminated consciousness. And if you become impersonalist, you also don't become, because why? Austerities make you hard-hearted. When you do a lot of austerities, you become what? Very, pride, look down on others, you think you are the best. So that also doesn't bring about it. And those who got mystic power, yogis, they try to become God, no? Very popped up. Yes. So only the devotees, they are the only one because of getting attached to Krishna. Because you go to Krishna, you cannot try to be arrogant with Krishna. Can it work? Automatically you must be what? Humble. No? Is it not? There is a big difference. That's why this Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Asant Krishna Bhakta Ateva. So this is the difference. That's why this program is very powerful. You understand? You follow? And of course, you need to get knowledge. That you must be humble, you must be all this. This is knowledge. And with knowledge, you get realization, jnana, vijnana, astikya. Astikya means what? You're not atheistic. Nastic means atheist. You become astic means you develop saintly. And saint means what? Servant of God. That's why he's saint. You follow? You understand? So the best way is to always chant and pay obeisances. This way you will, by the mercy of Krishna, he purifies your heart of all this contamination. You understand? It's not an artificial thing. Oh, Prabhu, I am practicing humility. How to practice humility? Huh? Tell me. Correct? It's not. It's not the process. Yes. You understand? Huh?
How we can test the numbers that we are now number.
How you can say your thinking changes? When you are not devotee, your thinking is full of pride. And when you become a devotee, automatically you understand your thinking changes. No, I'm very fallen. Is it not? Yes. So how you think like that? Your thinking become purified. Correct? Listen. You can think in a passionate way, you can think in the mode of ignorance, and you can think also in the mode of good. But you can also think in a transcendental way. That's correct. So according to your advancement in Krishna consciousness, a first class devotee thinks that everybody is better devotee than me. Third class devotee thinks that I am better than everybody. So thinking, correct? So why you think like that? Because you're first class. Why you think? Because you're third class. Yes. So by association with the first class, you also start thinking. Just like Narada. He was a maidservant's son. He took the remnants and his heart became like them, he says. His heart became? How did he became like that? Because of by their blessings. Correct? So that is the process. Either you get blessing or you do your sadhana or you are Nitya Siddha, you automatically thinking like that. So stages are there. Yes? You understand? So the best way is to always practice this process unfailingly, then you transcend the modes of material nature. 1426. When you do, that's why we pushing people, you wake up in the morning, you come for Mangalarti, you chant. That is the process to purify, to get all the good qualities when you go above the modes. Yes?
One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman.
Yes. Yeah. So we only by devotional service you can purify because that brings you above the modes of material. Whereas if you stay in the modes, then you get contaminated. Goodness has its contamination also. It's not that goodness is like all you see these Brahmins and all. They are, of course, they have got high birth, but they are very proud, is it not? And see here, 1410.
Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. And at other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
715, 43, 44.
The conditioned stage, one's conceptions of life are sometimes polluted by passion and ignorance, which are exhibited by attachment, hostility, greed, lamentation, delusion, fear, madness, false prestige, insult, fault finding, deception, envy, intolerance, passion, bewilderment, hunger, and greed. All of these are enemies. Sometimes one's conceptions are also polluted by goodness.
See that last line? Sometimes one conception are also polluted by goodness. What is that pollution? You become proud. Oh, I'm Brahmin. No, look, I'm very pure. Look at all these guys on wrestle. Huh? Whatever. You understand here? And you see how the Brahmins are behaving? Correct? It's very prominent in India. Yes? They think they are high class because they got good intelligence and good birth and all that. But that also makes you what? Proud, no? Yes? So I think. So therefore, Krishna consciousness is the only solution. And Krishna will not accept anyone who is proud, no? Correct? So this is how you understand this program. That's why chanting is the only process to bring about all this humility, free from doubt, all children. Are you following? You understand now? But nonetheless, you still must come to goodness to go to the transcendental place. You cannot go from passion and ignorance to transcendental. That's not possible. You understand? That's why goodness means you must worship God, not any God, Krishna. Let's explain in here 11:13:1, 11:13:2.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to the spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the modes of passion and ignorance, and by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself even from material goodness.
Is that the next verse?
When the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then religious principles, characterized by devotional service to me, becomes prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise.
Is that? Unless you worship the Lord, how you can get religious principles? It's not possible. You understand? That's why if you act morally good, still it is not a, what we say, a position that can help you at all. Unless you worship the Lord, there is no position to become, come to the point of goodness. Atheism doesn't work, or moralism also doesn't work. They argue that you can be a good person even without worshipping God. That's not acceptable. You cannot become a good person if you don't worship God. It's not possible. You understand? Any other questions?
He's like, these, all these qualities like humility, humble, patience, all should be practiced among the devotee circle, or we can be so all these things in the like family or in some family life.
Automatically, once your heart is clean, you're always clean. Not that you clean here and not clean there. Understand? If you are first class, you're first class everywhere. Yes?
One when we go to relatives' house, let's say a senior devotee comes, but when relatives who are older, they touch the feet.
Why not? If you touch the feet, you win their heart. It isn't psychology. Like we go, when we bow down to their demigod temple, we bow down, they all become very. They also respect about God, Psychology. You understand? Just learn how to win the heart. Then when you win the heart, then whatever you say, he'll accept. Correct? But you go, you don't bow down, you don't even put their thing on. Of course, we don't put, we take. I remember one incident. One of the body, he go, he will never bow down. Never bow down to they notice. And when I went, I bowed down. Oh, see, your leader is bowing down, you're not bowing down. Psychology, you want to win their heart over. Not that we don't respect, we respect. What is the big deal for us to bow down, no bow down? Bowing down means sign of humbleness, no? Yes? So, but they don't see like that. They think their God is superior or inferior or what. For God, we don't. So you just learn how to be. To get that knowledge, Krishna is in your heart. Krishna will direct you. Follow. But you become proud. No, I will never bow down to demigod. All it says I shouldn't bow down. Understand? No, they take your karma. You touch someone's feet, no, they take your karma. That's why we don't let people touch our feet. But touching other feet, what's the problem? Correct? It says in this Bhagavad Gita, elders must be worshipped. You know where that is? 1714 or 1715. Yes. Father, mother, 1714. Authority consists worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmana, Master, superior like father and mother. See that? Not really. Anyone will become glorified, you touch their feet. Psychology, no? That's why when the war started, no, Yudhishthira went down on his chariot, went and touched the feet of, and then he wished him, Ayushman Baba. Then what else he say? You victory be yours. And Duryodhan was standing by the side and he's getting very upset. I'm coming here to fight and you're blessing him victory. Then they corrected him. If you had gone and touched the feet of Yudhishthira, you would have also got the same blessing. But you're so proud, you don't do. You understand? So it's a different consciousness.
What if that's
Because if you are practicing, you are naturally humble. What's the hum? I don't care. But if you are not, then you're always proud. Now, how can I touch his feet? He's a rascal. Yeah. You follow? This is all on your consciousness. Preaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is said at the dirty place. Correct? Right. To win the heart. Krishna, he washed the feet of everybody. But you see, so for a devotee, I don't see we have,
But being humble in front of them is for just winning their heart or actually becoming humble in our heart.
both ways, Unless you have humility in your heart, you will not do this. A natural symptom, I worship them. That only comes when, the more you advance spiritually, the more you develop all these qualities. You understand? That comes naturally in your heart. But if you are not advanced, then you will not feel like that. You're on the contrary, you feel proud, you feel, third class person is what? Is what? Feeling always that he is the best. Everybody should worship me. How can I go worship others? Third class. But if it's first class, then he's always, they all are better than me. I am very fallen. So that feelings and understanding comes as you advance spiritually. If you're not advanced, then you always become like that 3, 29, 8, 7, you know. You become devotional service in the mode of passion, ignorance. Then you feel like that, you feel separatist. You know all those verses. Huh? Right? These are the qualities. Person who is practicing devotional service in the mode of darkness, ignorance. It's all a third class position. 7 also. 7? 9. 9.
Huh? I don't understand what's the problem actually.
You understand? So how all this develops, then a question. I am chanting, how I get into all this? Huh? How? Tell me. If you say, Prabhu, you are chanting and all, then how you can do devotional service in the mode of passion, ignorance and all? How? That means you are not practicing Krishna. You don't wake up for morning program, you don't do all that, then this is what will happen. You understand? Naturally it comes into your heart, you know. And how this comes, you start fault finding. That's the first thing that happens. From fault finding, then one thing after another. That's why it's very dangerous, you know, to not practice your sadhana. And all these good things will not come. You cannot just say that, no, I'm Krishna conscious, no, Prabhu, my heart is clean and all. There's no question. Understand? If you are Krishna conscious, you are Krishna conscious. Your behavior will. If you are not, then your so symptom is there. And all this, what is that thing all will come? Atyara, what is that? Not Atyara. Puja, Pratishta, Lava. You know that works? 19, what? 19?
160.
160.
You type there, Puja, Pratishta, Lava. 15.
1915.
Yeah. See,
Some unnecessary creepers growing with the bhakti creeper are the creepers of behavior unacceptable for those trying to attain perfection, diplomatic behavior, animal killing, mundane profiteering, mundane adoration, and mundane importance. All these are unwanted creepers.
So they'll come out to you. Correct? Yes.
So sometimes we see situations that senior devotees they say, "Don't touch my feet" or "Don't take my prasadam." That type of situation was very good.
Not a very big serious thing, no?
We can still touch.
Someone is just saying, don't take my prasadam. No? So, understand, they're trying to be humble. Don't take, I'm very following.
But if we touch, is it offensive?
Huh?
If we take or touch the feet, is it offensive?
I cannot hear.
If we take the prasadam,
Speaker also coming.
if we take the prasadam or we touch the feet, even if they say no, is it offensive?
Because you upset the person. Correct. What else you say? You touch my feet, I say don't do it, you get angry, no? Correct. So you have to intelligently do it. It's your job, how you want to do, you have to think, no? Correct. Because they feel that if you take this remnant, I become proud, no? That I am now first class, giving remnant. Bhaktivinoda Thakur will not give remnant. So their behavior. My case, I'm very proud, I'm giving. So what to do now? So accordingly, so we try to accommodate the main thing. You cannot artificially try to think that you're very advanced. That's dangerous. You can fall down. You must know your position. You must know where you stand and act accordingly. Yes. So all these things will manifest in your heart if you make advancement. Any other questions?
Prabhu, you know, about caste for Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra is based on qualities. And some purpose and also proper classes. He has said that sometimes the Brahmana son might not end up as a Brahmana, like he has Shudra qualities, he must be a Shudra. But if you look at Srimad Bhagavatam, in every Kshatriya family that's mentioned, the sons always end up as Kshatriyas, with the exception of like King Vena or someone. So is it like purposely placed? Kshatriyas?
Actually, a person who is a son of a doctor will eventually end up as a doctor because of the association and the upbringing. So naturally, a person who is Brahmin, his children will become Brahman. Chances are there because he's practicing, all the Brahminical quality, right? Yes or not? That's why the demigods, when they saw that Kayadu was pregnant, they wanted to kill the baby because naturally a demon will have a demon as a son. You understand? That's a natural thing. But there are also cases where the person goes out of the box. So the provision is for anyone who has the quality. He will manifest. You understand? But in Kali Yuga, everything has become topsy-turvy. Everyone is Sudra. So the Pancharatra system comes in, 7, 11, 35.
If one shows the symptoms of being a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, as described above, even if he has appeared in a different class, he should be accepted according to those symptoms of classification.
And of course, by the power of the spiritual master, he can bring even low class people to high class people. That is the power. Then we Sanatan quote that verse, no? Yata Kanchana. What is that? By the process of Yata Kanchanantam. What is that? I think it is in 24,330. Huh? Purport 24,330.
24.
Down some more. Good.
747.
So see, by the process of what? Uh,
Okay.
As bell metal can be turned to gold when mixed with mercury in an alchemical process. So one who is properly trained and initiated by a bona fide spiritual master immediately becomes a Brahmana. So that process is there by the power of the powerful spiritual master. You understand? So the provision is not that you are born Sudra, you're going to remain Sudra. But if you by association, you can also become purified. Yes. Program is very powerful. Not that you cannot become. That's how the caste Brahmin they legislate. Oh, you are Sudra, you cannot. We are different, we don't accept that. That's why we are not very favorable in their kind of a circle. They reject us, Hare Krishna, they reject. They say, what is the word they use? Born Brahmin and what? Huh? Converted Brahmin. So we are converted Brahmin. We're not, our blood is not pure. There, their urine and stool also is pure. Because they are born. Understand? So pure that they can even eat poison. They can purify poison, this guy. That's why they take onion, garlic, coffee, tea. No problem. Yeah? Hello? Ken? Nonsense. Yes? This is all because of pride. Because of their pride, they have fallen down. Yeah, unfortunately. So spiritual life is based on how much you surrender to your spiritual master. Practically all of them have no guru. They don't have any guru. You understand?
If someone takes birth in the Brahmin, the previous life is higher activity. Like they took a part in the Brahmin family to further advance, and that's why in Bhagavad Gita, whoever they follow the Krishna consciousness is like they are not 100%. So the next one they will take in the family of Brahmin very rich person, so that they can further continue with the Krishna consciousness. And after you are a great person of Brahmin.
So you see, there's a verse there, Varaha Puranam. I think it's 118. What is that? You type Varaha Puranam. 118, 40 something, is it? 45. Huh? That those demons who are not killed, you type Varaha Puranam. Type Varaha Puranam. Okay, you can go to 118 something, you see that? Go. 118, go. 118. Huh? 18? 118? Huh?
118:47 happens.
11847, right? Yeah, go to 11847.
No, not Avikanda.
47.
Just backspace 118:47.
47. Okay, Popo.
The second paragraph. The second paragraph means the question will be raised.
So you can see here on the Vara, you've gone up already.
Yeah.
So in the Varaha Puranam, that the demons who acted inimically toward the personality of Godhead but were not killed by the Lord were allowed to take birth in the families of take in the family of Brahmanas to take advantage of the age of Kali. So all the Brahmins who are taking birth, they were demons. Okay? Not necessarily they were all. And even you take birth as a Brahmana, there's no guarantee that you become a devotee. You know? That's why those who did that, they take birth in devotee family, or they take some very rich family, mercantile, who are related to Krishna consciousness. And again, they revive their Krishna consciousness. The Brahmanical family is not guaranteed unless you meet a devotee. Then spiritual life will take place. Just being born as a Brahmin, there's no guarantee that you become a devotee. How many Brahmin family Brahmin become devotee? Of course, the birth is high. We don't deny that because you are pure, you got so much piety and whatnot. But to take birth and become a devotee, that's a different category altogether. Understand? We don't think like them, we don't act like them, we don't eat like them, we don't do everything like them. Yes? How is it we have this? We are contaminating those guys. Yeah? You understand? There's a difference.
When it is said Shachinam Srimatam Yeke, that Shachinam is actually Shachinam, not just name Srimanam family. It's actually Shachinam.
All Brahmins are eating eggs and doing nonsense.
There is nothing about Shachinam. That doesn't mean
That verse, 647. Sa esam purusham sakshat. See this verse here? You know this verse? Purport. See this verse. It's 11.
Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position.
Anyone who renders service and anyone who does not. Can you go to the translation? Can you go to 11:5:3? Any member of the Varnashram, did you read that?
The verse is out.
Yeah. You see that?
Any members of the four Varnas and four ashramas who fail to worship the personality of Godhead, the source of their own creation, or who intentionally disrespect him, will fall down from their position into a hellish state of life.
But this is the position of the Brahmins. They disrespect the Lord. Huh? Understand? They don't worship, so they will fall down. So that's the position of all the so-called Brahminical. They don't go further. They stagnate. And then they are offensive, and as a result, whole thing is degrading. So the main thing is to meet the position of a devotee. Unless you meet a devotee, you will get contaminated consciousness. Very difficult, if you don't meet. Like, take your life whole example. I mean, because you, some or other got connected to, the whole life changed. Is it not? Right? Would you want to go back to the other life? You want. Why you don't want? Huh? Let's say you go back, you don't eat meat. What? Huh? Not worship Krishna. That's okay. What? You're worshipping Shiva, Ganesh, so many people. What's wrong with them? Huh? Krishna said, if you don't worship my devotee, I will not be happy. They are his devotee. See, he's confused now. Can you bring Ganesh to your house? Huh? Why no? Why? Huh? You're not sure. Hello? Why you're not sure? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, Krishna also said, anyone who surrenders to my devotee is my devotee. Correct? Is he not said that? Anyone who comes to me directly is not my devotee. He said that, right? You know, can see? 11, 11:28 on Madhya. Anyone who says my devotee is not my devotee. Anyone who says devotee of devotee of devotee is my devotee. So what do you say? Huh? Prabhupada said, well, I'm not follower of Prabhupada. I don't follow Prabhupada. Then how? He did not know. Can anyone help him?
In terms of worshipping demigods, Lord Shiva,
Yeah?
in terms of worshipping demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they are pure devotees, we respect and revere them as pure devotees. But first and foremost, we have to take instruction from the spiritual master about anything in spiritual life. So since Prabhupada,
Krishna is the supreme spiritual master.
but then there is something called the
Jagat Guru. One day Krishna. So,
there's something called the sampradaya.
what?
Something called the sampradaya.
Sampradaya.
Go to the current thing.
Yeah, we're going to the current link. Correct? Yes. There's a verse, 4:29, what? 50, yeah. Demigod worship cannot bring you to Krishna. What is that? 4:45. 4:29:45.
Despite the cultivation of Vedic knowledge, which is unlimited, and the worship of different demigods by symptoms of Vedic mantras, demigod worship does not help one to understand the supreme powerful personality of God.
You understand? So demigod worship cannot bring you to Krishna. Not possible. You understand? That's why we don't. Can you go? 19:168.
A pure devotee must not cherish any desire other than to serve Krishna. He should not offer worship to the demigods or to mundane personalities. He should not cultivate artificial knowledge, which is devoid of Krishna consciousness, and he should not engage himself in anything other than Krishna conscious activities. One must engage all one's purified senses in the service of the Lord. This is the favorable execution of Krishna conscious activities.
You understand this? Doesn't mean we disrespect. But we don't, whole idea is. But then you can argue, oh Prabhu, the gopis, they worship Katyayani, Durga Devi. What about that? Huh? They worship her to get Krishna as the husband. So that's nothing wrong in trying to worship someone. So, but then we also can do one. We can worship all the demigods to get Krishna. Is it okay? Hello? Why is not okay? I can, Prabhu, worship Ganesh morning. I will chant the prayer. Yatpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya. Why we don't recommend this?
Krishna said Mamekam. Krishna said Mamekam alone.
Krishna is a Mahamantra, but I'm worshipping like the gopis now. Why we cannot do this? Why?
Already doing now.
Huh?
Already ISKCON is doing.
Why don't you follow? Good one, Ganesh. Bangalore.
Main ISKCON. Govardhan equivalent to
Bombay is they're doing installing the deity in
Ganesh Chaturthi.
So we are
They
one.
have already done.
Why don't we do also? Huh? So why don't we do also?
Because we skip off and then
Huh?
we will divert.
We will divert. No, Prabhu, I won't divert, Prabhu. I am. What? He said no. Sarva dharma parityaja. He said no. Why? I was just reading one letter today, by Prabhupada on this point. So we will go to that and read what Prabhupada said. Yeah? Yeah. It is in I think better to do this way. You just can go and bring my iPad for me. Faster that way. It's a very interesting point Prabhupada made, Prabhupada is agreeing, yes, you can worship if you are like the gopis and all. But then he said this very important point, that if you do, then you can get contaminated, Then you start thinking that demigod is an all alone. Because naturally your desire is there, no? You follow? So in this letter, you can see it is in
How to take it.
How do we?
So the
in the year 74, January 74. So it is January 74. If you type Ganesh or Ganpati somewhere,
Year hyphen month and day. Okay.
huh?
So what is the
1974, January.
Just the date first.
Only 74.
Got it? Someone was asking the question why we cannot worship Ganesh. You can see that 74. Conversation. It's a conversation. It'll take me time to find this. January 74. Huh? January either is 10, 10 or 11.
No, 21st November 1924.
21st November.
November. No, it's not November, it's January. Go look for January.
January 10th.
Huh? January 10, conversation.
So morning walk conversation.
Morning, yeah, that's it.
74.
01.
Okay. Yeah, put it. Release.
Take out.
Put
Put it. No need hyphen.
oh, yeah, hyphen.
Okay, got it. Huh? Can you go? Yeah? 74.
Contents.
This one. Morning walk. Hey, hello.
Yeah. First time we decided. Letters. Morning walks.
Audio transcript. You go to audio transcript. Audio transcript. Yeah, 1966. Yeah, you go there. Okay, open that. Okay, go to 1974, January 10. 74 there. Yeah, go there and then open and then January. Okay, go to January and go to 10. Yeah. All right, got it. 10 morning walk. Yeah, all right, that one. Yeah, okay, open that. Okay, open. Okay, open that. Okay, go down.
Top 10. You see half. See how it is displaying.
Yeah.
How is it displaying?
Okay.
What is wrong with you?
Go down.
I don't understand what you want. That's the thing.
Prabhu, just do like this. 2 lines. Do like this, 2 lines. What is wrong with you? Okay, like that. It should be like that. Okay, now go down.
Go down. All right, go down some more. One devotee will ask, nectar devotion, we should worship demigods. Go down.
Wait. You must look for something.
Yeah, I know. He said nectar of devotion something.
Yeah, just go down. You go down. Someone will ask the question. All right, come down some more.
Okay, you know what?
Just below that lady talking, Just go down, already there. Just go down after this lady. Just go down. You see, right here. So why is it recommended in the nectar devotion and a Vaishnava should worship Ganapati? It's a very popular question, right? So you see what Prabhupada said. Can you read down?
Krishna worshipped everyone. Just like we worship also ordinary men if it gives us facility to worship Krishna. We go to somebody and worship him, flatter him because he will give some money and will be engaged in Krishna's service. The man is not worshipable, but he will help us to worship Krishna. Thereby, he will be helped and will be also helped, and Krishna will be satisfied. Krishna will be satisfied that my devotee has brought some money from this rascal. All right, that is it. So Ganapati is also devotee. So Ganapati, it is not required, but sometimes we do. Just like gopis, they worship goddess Durga, Katyayani. They do not require, but the social system is there. But they ask that Mother Katyayani give us the opportunity to have Krishna as our husband. The aim is Krishna. Generally, they go to worship Devi Durga for asking material benefit. Dhanam Dehi, Rupam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, these things which we want in material. But the gopis, they do not go for any material things. For Krishna, for Krishna. Similarly, we can go to any demigod. Why Ganapati? Everyone. But our prayer should be, please give us Krishna. Then it is correct.
Carry on, carry on.
Guru Kripa, when we were just traveling this last time and collecting Srila Prabhupada, every day we were offering some incense to Ganesha. And this prayer, the Brahma Samhita, Yat Pada Pallava, Pallavagam Vinithaya Kumbha. We were saying this, saying, give us facility to collect nice Lakshmi to use to build the temple in Vrindavan. Yashodanandana to build a temple for Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. Prabhupada, yes, that is good. Whatever possible facility is available for any person, we beg for it for Krishna's service, not for our personal benefit. They forget Krishna. They forget Krishna. When they go to worship some other demigod, they forget Krishna. Kama jnana. Bhagavad Gita 7:20. Because they have got so strong material desire that they forget Krishna. That is harmful.
You see this point there? Because they forget Krishna when they get the material benefit. So that's why it is not. Read on.
Alpavattu phalam tesham. They get some benefit out of the demigod, but they will not stay. Alpavat antavattu phalam tesham. But if you take Krishna, then it is not antavat. It will go increasing. If you take the Krishna consciousness, it will never end. It will increase. Anandambadi Vardhana, increasing. The ocean does not increase. But Krishna consciousness is such a great ocean that it increases only. Anandambadi Vardhana, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalila 2012, Hare Krishna. Chandanacharya, it is not better just to say Krishna. Well, whatever you decide, whatever you give me, that I will accept. Like
So you see, there's a point Prabhupada is making. By worshipping demigod, the desire for material, enjoyment will become great. So that is dangerous, Prabhupada said. So that's why we don't worship. Because demigod worship very quickly, you will get results. Right? And that can have a trigger this attachment for them. You follow? That's why we don't recommend worship of, especially for the neophyte. You understand this point? Here this letter, right? 74 January 10.
Krishna has said that we still can pray to help us to progress further in Krishna consciousness or give Lakshmi like that, or
Yeah, if you read all, Prabhupada said, okay, but then in the end he says, be harmful.
We already have full process to go back to Krishna. Why we need any other?
That's why you should come to this verse, what is that? Anya Bilasita Sunyam Jnana Karma Anavrita. That is our program. We don't want anything from Krishna. If Krishna is you are delegated to him, he will provide anyway. He said that. Right? So, but because we're in a neophyte, we are always result orientated, We always want this, want that, want so many things, you see. So when we are in that position and we go and suddenly the Ganesh is giving, and then your faith will change, So we don't want that to happen. That's why we don't recommend.
Topic will not come when we are praying for Krishna. The result-oriented topic will not come when we are praying for Krishna only. See now, when they put incense for getting the money for Vrindavan and Prabhupada appreciated it. Now their reason is also the same thing.
No, what happened to his life, you don't know, no? You don't know him actually, you don't know, correct? After this Vrindavan temple, then he started also doing something for his own. That's why he got arrested. You understand? He was doing a lot of illegal business, Because it was for temple of Vrindavan and Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada left. Then he tried and he got arrested.
In Guru Kripa, there was a letter in 31st December 1974 last day. Yeah, it said, Prabhupada said, regarding Ganesh Puja, I have received some letters from persons requesting to also perform it. I have explained to them that ultimately it is not required for it to have some sentiment to get the blessings of Ganesh or to get huge sums of money for service. Then it can be done privately. I have instructed them that if they want to do it, they must send me at least $100,000 monthly, not less. The last line is paid service.
Prabhupada is not a fool. Understand? Very dangerous,
These temples anyhow getting $100,000 from.
No, you wanted that amount. Will you get that amount? And that also you get also must give to him. You cannot keep it. No, but when you get, your mind will change now. Suppose you get 100,000, you will give to temple. There's so many things will start happening in the heart.
They are not even getting 100%, they are getting even more than that. So now, how to
Who?
over the Echo village?
They are bogus from the start anyway. Why have to worry about them? Firstly, Prabhupada said, don't do this kind of thing. They're doing yoga, they're charging money. Prabhupada said, don't do this. Correct? Yes? They started the hospital. Prabhupada said, don't do that also. Yeah? Everything you are doing wrong, and he put the word Bhaktivedanta hospital. As though Prabhupada will sanction this Bhakti. Huh? Maybe open Bhaktivedanta hamburger store. Cannot. Complete nonsense. Doesn't mean you put Bhaktivedanta, you're going to get Prabhupada's mercy. You have to follow his instruction, no? Yes? Understand? The one who is what? Seriously following the instruction of the spiritual master. You cannot. Can you go to this verse 12:9? Purport. 12:9. Not Bhagavad Gita, CC. Don't 12:9. Just put 12:9. Go, Adi, come.
You are somewhere.
To go back.
Just untick that.
Document, must go to document.
Now our document. Yeah. Okay, now search RG 12.9. One more. RG 12.9.
Purport, huh?
Some of the disciples strictly accepted the orders of the Acharya, and others deviated independently, concocting their own opinions under the spell of Daivima.
That next purport. Purport. Yeah, read
This verse describes the beginning of
schism.
schism. When disciples do not stick to the principle of accepting the order of the spiritual master, any opinion different from the opinion of the spiritual? Immediately there are two opinions. Any opinion different from the opinion of the spiritual master is useless. One cannot infiltrate materially concocted ideas into spiritual advancement. That is deviation. There is no scope for adjusting spiritual advancement to material ideas.
So then, can you go up a bit? Any opinion, different from the opinion of the spiritual master is useless. That one cannot infiltrate materially concocted ideas into spiritual advancement. Hello? You listening? This is deviation. There, go up. There is no scope of adjusting spiritual advancement to material ideas. You follow this point? So that's what they are doing. They're trying to put some material thing into a spiritual. It won't work. Right? We clear? So 9 o'clock already. Any more questions?
There are wars now, and there was Tamil Yudham back then, like Ramayana and Mahabharata. And one should fight, I mean, proper Kshatriya fight means in the Tamil Yudham for the sake of establishing dharma. In any dharma, the opposite party is of adharma. So the one who is fighting for the adharma party will get the consequences of dying in a battle or winning or whatever. Or fighting in a dharma.
So in this war in Kurukshetra, it was a dharma yuddha. Yeah, no doubt, because unless there's somebody like him, then Yudhishthira cannot fight, no?
Yes, yes. The way of the Lord, but also for us, how to conduct. For example, today and tomorrow, Krishna consciousness government will be there or whatever, or even any battle where.
Nowadays the war is not dharma yuga. It's all adharma.
How is Kurukshetra or Duryodhana?
Duryodhana was acting the role, just like Jai and Vijay. So because Duryodhana is required, otherwise Yudhishthira cannot fight, no?
If we leave aside the Leela of the Lord, if that is the prototype for any wars that happen in the future, if a devotee king wages a war against the adharmic ruler, and that is also supposed to be a dharma yuddha, but the person on the other side is not a dharmic person. So will he get the benefit of fighting in a dharma yuddha when he's actually part of the adharma?
In this Kurukshetra war, all the other party, they went back to Godhead. You know, there's a verse there. It says, because they were killed in the presence of the Lord, they all went back. 115, you can see.
But in the Ramayana, 9, 10, 20 that because of the anger of Mother Sita, Ravana and his followers were condemned.
Yes, they were condemned, they lost the battle. But because they died in front of the Lord, they benefited.
What if it is not the Lord? It is just the but it is for the sake of dharma, but by a devotee against another king who is not.
If we fight that war and he kills, then that party who get killed, they get also ones who die in a straightforward fight, they get promoted to the sun planet. That's also there. You know, They go up because they fight. But nowadays, fighting is not like that kind of fighting. They fight when the guy is sleeping, they shoot him. You know, this kind of war is not, it's not dharmic war. Dharmic means you there, I'm here, we fight. But who is fighting like that? The drone is coming, you are maybe eating something and the drone is dropping the bomb on you. And you're killed by eating. The whole thing is how to hit and run. That's all it is. So this kind of war is not very element of surprise. I also know. I mean, I also train like that. You must get the element of surprise. You kill him when he's passing through. What's the use? What is the idea of that? That's dharma. Come on. It's all nonsense, I tell you. Those guys who go national service, yeah, you can national service, you didn't go. You went. This guy never fought. Nobody is here. National service. Tell me. Only me? Or you went there? What were you doing? Passing, what? Fighting when the guy is passing through. What? What is your rank? What is your vocation?
I switched vocation, but
Huh?
I switched vocation.
You what?
I switched to regular.
You became regular. Huh?
You say the office work. I mean,
Oh, you became a clerk.
I saw that.
You think a record of all our devotees is pretty bad. I don't know what fighting you want to do. Anyway, this war nowadays is no more. It's adharmic both ways. Because it's not fighting for God, you know. All is self gratification.
That's not happening. Duryodhan was fighting.
Yeah.
So was he fighting and helping
Because if he died in front of Krishna, he benefited. If let's say if Krishna is not there, he got killed, then you won't get benefit. Huh?
Because what happens with the demons also, that also we still call it as for the chair only they are fighting from. Still,
No, you see that Krishna says in the beginning to Arjuna, if you die, you go to heaven. If you don't die, you enjoy the wealth. So that's also what Krishna said. So if any kind of fighting, if it is a challenge, then you get the benefit of getting higher birth.
At least the rules of warfare must be
Huh?
fair. At least the rules of warfare must be fair.
Yeah. That is what they all fought, you know. That's why before the war, Bhishma Dev said, no, these are the things. A person who is a Ekarati must fight with the Ekarati. So he gave all the rules, you know. That was how they. Then after he passed away, I mean after he fell, they started switching the whole thing already. Correct? They started doing illegal practices, fighting. So that was. So when you have a righteous person, then the fight is, according to rules. When fun fight is not winning, then they change to. So that's what happened also. But generally, it is said by Krishna that you go to this war. If you win, you enjoy. If you lose, then you go to heaven also. So that means a war like that never brings you to hell. See? I mean, I'm talking about a writer, a king and a king fight.
What about the one was today?
Yeah.
Like the wars that are going on, if they die,
This generation.
Now you go to hell.
Actually, there was this topic that came up because in some wars, devotees are forced to fight, like Russia, Ukraine, and then both sides there are devotees. And then both don't want to fight, but they're forced by the king, their countries, and they are left on the battlefield what to do with that kind of situation.
Nowadays, it is not a religious war. So if you die there, it's not very good. You know, there are devotees in the Russian side and there are devotees in the Ukraine side. They're both devotees. Oh, if you die, oh, it's very, very, I would say, not a very good position.
But there
But if you die while chanting, then that's safe for you. While you're going to die and you chant, then you're safe. Whatever situation, if you take shelter of the holy name of the Lord, you're safe. See, that's what we all are trained on. We may not die on the battlefield, but we're going to die anyway. So what we should supposed to do? So we are supposed to chant. So by chanting, we get purified. So the same thing works for anybody who is dying, either in the battlefield or in the bedroom or whatever, or hospital. Huh? So you should try to chant. Ante Narayana. You take on that verse. One what? Hmm? One what? One?
216.
216. 216. You see this verse?
The highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duties. Remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life.
See, that's the point. See, whatever it is, remember the Lord, Because this material world is danger at every step, Everywhere you can die, Yeah? I mean, we are lucky they didn't declare war. Suppose they declare war, what you will do? You are forced to go, right? You cannot run. You run, you're also shot. You go there also, you'll be shot. What do you want to do? So because of the sinful activities, you all are put into this precarious position. This is Kali Yuga. What to do, what not to do. Huh? So the only thing we can do is to chant. That is our safe. And Krishna says, for my devotee, I will protect him. Anything else?
During Srila Prabhupada's time, I had many audio tapes. Devotees Srila Prabhupada saying the Gaura Arati differently.
Huh?
The verse was slightly different during Prabhupada's time.
Gaurarti.
Now we sing it different.
How come it's different? I thought it's the same.
Then the second line is Vikate Advaita Prabhu Srivas but now Srinivas. That's how we can order it.
I don't think so. Is everything? I mean, what I heard in the 70s, now I'm hearing the same thing. I don't see any difference. Except we changed. Before we were saying Bhaja Sri Krishna Chaitan. Now proper change. Jaya Sri proper change. Initially we were saying, but other than that, I don't see anything else. They say Srivas. Srinivas. What is in the book?
The Gita only says
Huh?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur Srinivas Srinivas.
Srivas Pandit, no? Maybe in the song Srinivas Acharya. Who is that? I don't know. There's some.
He's a follower after Sultan.
No, but what is in the original song?
But the correct copy of the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's writing or whether the mistake, whether he wrote Srivas or Srinivas. They say he wrote Srinivas.
I think it was Srinivas what we chanted. Old. Huh?
Yeah, the picture shows she was.
They changed it. So somebody changed Srivas.
No difference between the word Srivas and Srinivas.
I didn't notice because for me, I don't see much of a controversy. Tune is all the same, words all the same pretty much. I remember it's Srinivas most of the time. Either way, we are referring to the same one person who is a devotee, right? Correct? Yes or no? Unless he's referring to you there, then this is a big maybe a pure devotee, I don't know. Yes, they are both great personalities. Yeah. What's the question?
Like great practices like Prahlad Maharaj, Aditi, Devaki, they all were, when they were in problem, they were worshipping Krishna. Because after Krishna consciousness, they know they were devotees, so they were worshipping Krishna. So then, they answered, their prayers were answered. So Vishnu came as a 400 form and showed their form. But they were worshipping Krishna. So why Krishna is Shyam Sundar form? Like, why he never came in that form? He came as Vishnu.
Where he did that?
Like,
Prahlad. Prahlad worship and he came in 400 forms.
like Prahlad Maharaj or maybe Mother Aditi or Devaki, they were worshipping Krishna. They were praying to Krishna, like, Devaki
I think they're worshipping Narayana, no? Vasudev. She was chanting the mantra Vasudev, you think? The Payovrita thing. He was worshipping Narayana, I think. Narayana is 400. So he didn't come as Vishnu, he came in the 400 form. Narayana form. Payovrita, he was worshipping, she was not worshipping Krishna, she was worshipping Narayana. So the Lord appeared in his 400 form.
that they were worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as what we have learned from Prabhupada, Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. So then, why did Krishna never appeared? Shyam Sundar, like 200 form.
No, but Krishna appeared in 200 form in front of Vasudeva and Devaki.
What is 400 form, right? Then only he
Because people understand God as 400 form, no? Because if Krishna has come as an ordinary child, it's explained there in the purport. If I had come in this form, then you'll think that I'm an ordinary child. Mistake me as an ordinary child. So I appeared in this 400 form, so you know that I came. And then give them the assurance, because every child who took birth was killed by Kamsa. So they were very frightened, no? So he gives the devotee some, so he has to show his 400 form. But his 400 form is actually just like when, what's his name? Bhima and was trying to kill Aswatthama. Correct? You know the part when Aswatthama in the Bhagavatam? So Draupadi was for not killing him, and Bhima was going to kill him. So Krishna was there stuck in between. So he had to expand into 400 form. It's so he is God, no, he can show anything he likes to follow. You cannot think that because he comes 400, so he is more or less. No, for him it is just like when Rukmini fell down, he expanded to what? 400 form to carry her, fan her, everything. A two hand, how to do everything. So you see, he interchangeable because he's God, you know. You understand? So if he comes in 4 or he comes in 2 or whatever, he's still same personality. Devotees, they understand this. You follow? Right? Just because he changed in Rukmini's incident to 400, therefore he became Vishnu. It doesn't make sense. Correct? Or he became 400 when what? Draupadi and no, he had to handle the situation, so he had to put. Can you do that? Put 4 hand and 2 hand whenever you like. Can you do? That's why he says in Bhagavad Gita, no? fools deride me when I come in my human form. They think I'm an ordinary person. He's never ordinary. He is God. No? He can do anything inconceivable.
As Maharaj, like when Mother instructed him to the forest and stay with the God, why he was not worshipping like directly, like not chanting like maybe like mantra or
He was given the mantra by Narada Muni. The mantra is given by the Guru. No? So whatever the Guru gives, he chants. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right? So we may chant, we also think, no, this mantra is very nice, Prabhu. But we're not given by our Guru. Correct? Yes or no? You can try to chant, but it will not work. Mantra can work only given by the ye mantra, ye sampradaya vina te mantra nispala. You understand? You cannot try to supersede the Guru. If you try that, then you get nispala. You understand? So we have to be surrendered to our Guru. Whatever mantra is given. In fact, you know, if you read the CC, some of them got different mantras also. Like what is his name? Uh, the one who takes everybody on a party, traveling party. Huh? Sivananda Sena. He has got another mantra. He has a Gaur Gopal mantra. You know, so like that. Some people have different mantra by the Guru. Even in our sampradaya, that is there. Of course, chanting Hare Krishna the main thing. Then they have other mantras. But I don't think Prabhupada is done. They call it, what is that? Siddha Dehe. When they get this Siddha Dehe, then they get special mantra. That we don't chant Hare Krishna. You go to Godemat, they have this thing there. You may fall down though. Hey. Blind man. So you try to understand this. It is there in the CC, you know, that he want to know that one devotee, there are few devotees who are empowered, you know. So those devotees are empowered. So this, what's his name? Sivananda Sena was trying to doubt him. So then he thought that if he knows my, this mantra that I'm chanting, then I will accept him that he's empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then this devotee went, what's his name? I forgot. He went and told someone to go and tell him that your mantra is this Gaur Gopal mantra. And then he accepted. That's all there in the CC. You can see that. So they have different mantras but in our line we just accept Hare Krishna and that's it. Let somebody give you some mantra, you follow.
if somebody is worshipping only God as a God, like how can we have because we are maybe like Purma Kshetra, you know. So if people are only the consciousness of Purma or maybe Narasimha, so after they leave the body,
They go to the Narayana planet. So there's no Kurma form in the spiritual world. There's no Narishima form in the spiritual world. There's only the four-handed form. You understand? So they go there and they worship. But in our line, we only worship Radha and Krishna. That's why Prabhupada writes in the purport of 1865, you know, the last paragraph. One should not divert his attention. Last paragraph. Here, here, this word stress that
These-
one should continually.
These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his head. There are descriptions of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this transcendental, on this original form of Godhead, Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is disclosed to Arjuna because Krishna is the most dear friend of Krishna. Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's.
Yes. So we don't, this instruction we follow, no? Yes. So ours is a different line. Our line is Radha Krishna worship.
We are looking at being Narsimha prayer. So, by chance, when we are leaving this body, instead of saying Krishna, we say Narsimha. That's how?
Then you go to the planet of Narsimha. Then how? It's not like that, you know. Your attraction for the Lord will always be there. Not that suddenly you make a mistake or what. It doesn't work like that. The Lord will always manifest with you the one that you are what very much attracted to. There are also devotees like, for example, you see Sridhar Maharaj. He is a devotee of Lord Narasimha. So he will go to the planet of Lord Narasimha.
Five verses about Narasimha. Prayers to Narasimha to remove all obstacles in service to Rama.
No, that's the same line we follow. Prabhupada gave the worship of Narasimha because we were attacked. And so Prabhupada gave these two mantras, you know, you chant. That's because we want protection. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also will chant that mantra as he go up the Jagannath Puri, the steps, you know. So he will touch the deity of Narasimha there on the thing and he will chant this prayer as he go up. So for us, it's more like the Lord is giving us protection. You follow? The devotee will naturally be attracted to Krishna and Krishna will relate to you. You understand? You'll come, you verse here. 11 to 40. Yeah.
Verse of Prabhupada. By chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord, one comes to the state of love of Godhead. And the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord, and he gradually becomes very much attached to a particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly or cries or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion.
So you can actually get attracted to a certain form of the Lord. And if he is worshipping the deity, naturally his mind will go there. Yes? It's not that he's worshipping and suddenly something else. It is not.
What if a person who is joining yoga movement, but if his original position in the spiritual world is like something like Shastra, like Hanuman was a Dasara. If his position is like a Dasara or if he's a parrot or somebody, for example, if he's following Radha Krishna and Prabhupada movement, is Prabhupada forcing everybody to become how can because they will have long relationship, right? So whoever worships here, what they will become.
No, but the thing is that in this, our movement is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you see the way he's preaching, even if someone is a Ram devotee, he's always asking them to become a Krishna devotee. So the whole idea is to bring them to Radha Krishna worship. And that's it. Unless he's already got some connection here, Krishna will not put the soul in this sampradaya. Actually, that's why when he came, all those devotees who are in that kind of mood, they take birth also. Like for example, when Ramanuja came, then all the devotees who are in the awe and reverence platform, they take birth. Understand? So accordingly, Krishna, puts the soul. But Radha Krishna was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How you know you are taking birth now? Especially this time. This is the arrangement of the Lord. Yes? And your natural inclination is to worship Radha and Krishna. So maybe it could be all this we cannot say. You are here already. Yes? Yes or no?
Like so much connected to Prabhupada. And what's the end when they are leaving the body? They think about Prabhupada or they see Prabhupada. Then
You also go back. Because Prabhupada is what? Sakshat? Daritven? This question was also raised. You have become Prabhupada conscious, then what happened? So you also go back. You understand? Not that you think of Prabhupada, you go somewhere, he is.
when I was connected to this call, so there was one person who used to say that we have seen once the devotee, he was enjoying the kirtan and then suddenly he said Prabhupada and he left his body. But somehow he was about to tell them that, I can see Prabhupada is coming and taking me. I can see him and I'm going with him. He was telling me true.
If he's seeing, what can I say? If he's seeing, what can I say? I cannot say anything. I don't know, he cannot see. This is a Prabhupada can go into anybody. Correct? Prabhupada, Krishna can go to anybody heart, can anything he can do. Right? Even elephant in Guruvayur temple, elephant will only carry the Lord, that elephant. And when he was leaving the body, he was crying and they brought the picture of Guruvayur and he saw and he left. And the elephant is observing Ekadasi. How you do all this? So soul, any soul can go anywhere. Not that you say, oh, you cannot think of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is, I would say, easily available to anybody who surrendered to him. Yes, just like you. Prabhupada also can come into your dream or whatever. No. Can I say, oh, you cannot come? I think it is not in my jurisdiction. Yes. I'm sure you also may have all got dreams of Prabhupada. Prabhupada is for everybody. Yes? Correct. So if we say Prabhupada is coming and he left his body, I mean, he's a fortunate soul. Yes? Just to show you that Prabhupada, this actually, I don't know this story. The story was this. Huh? No, Prituputra, huh? Yeah, Prituputra. Huh? I don't know. But this Prituputra, he was fallen, He went to do all crazy things, take drugs. He was into worshipping satanic rites and all this. He and Malati were together. So then he fell down and going to die. Then nobody there except the doctors. They're waiting to sign off him. And then he woke up. Although he was sick, he woke up. He said, Prabhupada, you have come. And he saw Prabhupada, and then he finished, he left his body. That's why reported by the doctors, not by anybody. So that's quite credible. So can Prabhupada, if Prabhupada likes you, then what? Correct? So that's the whole idea. Some or other surrender to Prabhupada. So, in fact, Prabhupada is more merciful than Krishna. He kind of appreciates that service that you have done for him. He was a very big temple president in Paris, actually. He was running the Paris temple, Prituputra. So you also can, anyone can, not that only limited to him. Yes? Correct? This is to show the exalted position of a pure devotee. Not that they are dead and gone. Incidents like this prove that they are always around, eternally, just like Krishna. Also, I mean, my life so many times Prabhupada came. Whenever I'm facing some challenges, it manifests to help. Not that Prabhupada is not available. Sincere, he'll come. Yes,
Is it possible? There is an incident happened with one of my relatives near my house that everyone declared that the person is dead. Even doctors declared, and they were taking his body to the crematorium. Suddenly, he woke up from the person, and everybody was shocked. And then he's thinking what is happening while he's on the. Then he said taking him home. Then they took him home, and at least for 10-15 years he was living for. After that one, they again canceled him. So is it possible?
why not? The soul can come back. The soul is free to go and come back. Like now, when you go to sleep, your soul, you're right, you are not in your present consciousness, correct?
Football match.
Huh?
There was this football match when some player
They said, what is the word for that? Huh? Death?
Resurrection.
Resurrection. No, there's one near death experience, they call it. Near death, the person died, then he came back. So, yeah, so many stories like that. So why he cannot? It's just that we know that the soul, can go in, go out, go anywhere.
So much time. 15 minutes only. Like carrying him, taking him suddenly.
Anybody can go and come. There's a story of one Gaudiya, very popular. He was the devotee, he fell down, then he died. Then Yamaraj took him, and he said, I know your guru is such a very nice devotee. Why you are not following him? Then you go back now, you become very serious. Okay, okay. And he came back alive again. He died, came back. Then he started practicing seriously. So, I mean, Krishna can do many things. Sometimes he does things to give faith to us. Wow. Because we need conviction, no? Correct? You understand? That's why there are stages of spiritual life. When you can actually get the Lord in your heart, then you are perfect. And Prabhupada said very openly that you can talk to him even. It is not wrong. That means what? He is talking, otherwise how you will say? Yes or not? So that is to convince us. You can see that verse, 7:10:3, is it? Prahlad is saying that you brought me here to what? Set examples, to show. So we always need that kind of association to be convinced. Otherwise how? Right? No, the verse.
O my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lofty desires, which is the root of cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart, you have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee.
Is that point here? You have sent me here to exhibit the symptom of a pure devotee. Is that line there? So we need yad yad acharati stretas tat tat evataru. So unless there's someone is like Prabhupada, you see, because of Prabhupada, his actions and all that convince us to take up the process. So there has to be somebody to follow. You follow? Otherwise, it's all imaginary. How you know? Right? Somebody will speculate. Yesterday I was dancing with Krishna. Anyone can say anything, correct? How you know? That's why you see, even Narada Muni, he gives his description. I became purified. Then what happened? I started chanting. Immediately when I chant, the Lord appeared in my heart. You see? These all are symptoms of a pure devotee. Correct? So we need to learn from the advanced devotee how, the symptoms are there. Otherwise, you become imaginary, and that's dangerous because anyone can speculate. Right? It's you go to Russia and preach, it's a big headache. Everyone is dancing with the gopis. How to do this? All of them literally they think that they are dancing with Krishna, and how you end up. So you have to know how to present. You cannot artificially do these things. And that also just yesterday got initiated. Yesterday got initiated, today is dancing with Krishna. How is it possible? Make me like a clown. 50 years I'm chanting. Huh? Right? Is it? So you see how dangerous it is. So you must learn, you must know how to handle all this kind of cases. You understand? So Krishna consciousness is not cheap. When you become cheap, then it's sahaja. So you have to be careful. Don't become a sahaja. Right? In Bengal, this is very common. Kirtan going on, the guy is screaming like anything. The guy is screaming like anything, tears is coming down. Hello, how, you Bengali Kirtan, you don't know. Huh? And after that, smoking BD. Why? So we have to know this is not taking it what? Cheap. You follow? So you have to understand all these things, Then your faith, not some whimsical thing that. Another thing was going on in Calcutta is that everybody who practicing this Krishna consciousness. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur has to come to stop all this stuff. They call it a sex religion. So everybody who's a Krishna conscious person, he will have what? A girlfriend. Conjugal. I mean conjugal, literally in conjugal ras. He has his wife and he has a girlfriend. That's why it was very degraded. Bhaktivinoda Thakur stop all these things. You understand? Suppose it went on, everybody have a girl, what will happen? Tell me. You understand? So Acharyas come to put things straight. Make problem. But how he came to that? From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to this point where everybody started doing this kind of thing. Then how? Why it degraded? Because there was no Acharyas to straighten this up. You understand? So similarly, now we are going on, we also can go down. Huh? So we need what? Some strong examples. Another strong example. Now, of course, it starts with all this demigod thing. And slowly, one thing after another will come in. Right? And how you handle this? Yes? So you must understand this. That's why your thorough knowledge of Shastra, there must be examples, there must be what? Sadhu Shastra, Guru. Otherwise, everyone think I can dance with the gopis every night. Yeah, in what? Radha Kund, what with the Babajis? What is his name? One of the Babajis. He was dressed in sari and he was dancing like Radharani. You know that? You can see video. See how dangerous it is. See, he's already dancing. He just need a dress. So be careful though, huh? Understand? All right, going to be late now. So thank you so much.
Questions on that one.
Huh? Question?
Let me see. Yeah. This question, Chauncey LL. Since Hanuman was the biggest devotee, can we pray to Hanuman? Question.
Who's asking?
Chauncey, I don't know who.
No. Of course, we are not encouraged to do this by our spiritual master. So Prabhupada never introduced any Hanuman worship. So what we can tell you is it is not in accordance with Prabhupada's standard. So we don't do it.
Like Arjuna had Hanuman Bhajan. For service to Krishna, that is different. So people worship Hanuman for some material as if he's a demigod. They pray to him for some.
No, we have to follow the Acharya. Acharya Upasana. Prabhupada never encouraged us. Of course, he did put Ram and Sita there in the altar in some temples, but he never encouraged us to chant this. What usually what they chant this Hanuman what? Chalisa. We never. I was not taught all these things, so we explained to him. Huh?
There's another Nandita Manikar. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please take some above verses of Prabhupada. My father found out that I have been secretly interacting with ICM devotees in social media. I'm feeling very disturbed because of this. Please give me your advice.
I think you better not stir the boat. Otherwise, your father will call the whole police department to our temple, and that will be difficult.
In the future, I want to become a full-time devotee and
Yeah,
serve
you
God.
just be patiently wait until you become a major in age. Until then, you be cool, you know. Otherwise, it can become very difficult because you are minor. So you also go to the temple, you will also get into a lot of difficulties. So patiently wait until Krishna makes the break for you. Just like Raghunath Das Goswami, he was always running, and Krishna said to him, "Don't be a mad fellow. You know? Be cool and wait, and then Krishna will help you to come out." So don't be overzealous. Just be patient. Otherwise, it can become messy. Hmm? Yes.
That's all the questions.
No more.
No more.
Okay. So thank you so much for giving me the chance.